What's up, guys? I hope you are all doing fantastic. I know it's been a while since I made videos on a regular basis to this channel. Took a little bit of a break, kind of lost some steam, focused more on school and work in the last year, but lately I've been inspired to jump back into things and make some more videos. So, to get back into things, I'm making a video every day this September to this channel. And I'm going to be talking about a bunch of different topics that I'm interested in. It's really an experimental project to just get into the swing of things, make some videos, and talk about a bunch of different subjects that I'm interested in. And here's a subject that I decided to talk about 2 minutes ago, and we're just going to wing it. So the question that I am posing here is, what is reality anyways? Because if you think about it, as human beings or even other animals on this planet, we're not actually seeing reality for what it is. Basically, our senses and our brains are taking information that is out there in reality and then analyzing and interpreting that and projecting that information for us to use. But we're not actually seeing reality for what it is. We actually see the interpretation, the filtered down, interpreted version of what's going on. In fact, we only can filter in a finite amount of information compared to the amount of information that is out there. Our brain actually generalizes, deletes, and distorts a lot of the information that is coming to us. Now, here's a couple examples to kind of drive this point home. So imagine that I'm looking at this plant. Now, to me, I almost perceive it as, okay, I'm here and I see the plant out there, and that's the way it is. That's what's really going on, but that's not really what's going on. What's happening is light is coming from the sun, traveling a very long distance to reach this earth, and it's shining through the windows right now, that light, and it's allowing me to see that light is bouncing off of different objects. So, and then that light is then traveling to my eyes, and our eyes are made of specific structures where that light can travel through. And at the back of our eyes, we have a bunch of rods and cones, which basically interpret light data and color data, and basically we're able to interpret that data that's around us. It's basically like a way of inputting that data to our nervous system, because behind those rods and cones, it attaches two neurons in our nervous system, which gets connected to our brain. Our brain then takes that information and data and makes sense of it, and then projects to us what we're seeing right now. But the thing about that is, we're seeing things through after it's been processed, after that information goes through a series of information. Sort of like if you have a video camera and you watch a video of it, you're not watching, the actual thing. You're watching like light being emitted from a screen, which has been interpreted and then like shown to us again. And that's similar to the way that our brain works and our perceptions work. Another one that I found was quite trippy is the way sound works. Right now I could hear cars and traffic, and to me it sounds like, oh, I hear cars because I could hear the sounds off to the distance. That's the way I perceive it. But is that actually what's going on right now? No, not quite. What's actually happening is that the movement of the cars driving on the road are creating sound waves, which then travel through the air and eventually reach my ears. Some sound waves will reach this ear, and then some sound waves will reach this ear like a microsecond right after. After that, the information travels through our ears, again similarly to our nervous system, and gets interpreted by our brain. If you think of it, by the time we hear sound, like we don't hear sound when the sound waves are happening from the car. Sound actually travels and then hits our ears. Well, why does it feel like we could hear the sound way out there when by the time sound actually hits our ears, it's already right here? It doesn't sound like I hear cars in my ear. It sounds like, or it feels like to me, that cars are out to the distance. So basically the sound waves, they travel to our ear slightly at different times. It goes to our brain and it interprets that information, and then our brain projects and makes a simulation. It kind of figures out based on the data of when it hit our ears approximately how far away and the distance. Like I could tell the traffic is in that direction. I could tell it's in that direction because our brain actually takes that information and projects it out like or projects it in a way that makes it feel like the sound's out there to me. But that's not actually what's happening. There's a lot of interpreting of data. There's a lot of interpreting of the information going on, and that's happening all the time. That's all of the information that's out there is interpreted by our brain, and each of us have our unique filters of information. Even our psychology and our belief system makes it so it deletes some information and we could see other information. So someone who has the deep belief that there's lots of opportunity out there, it's easy to make money and build an income, and they're capable of it, if they fully believe that, then they're going to notice opportunities out there. They're going to walk down the street and they might notice like posters that have opportunity. They might run into the people that they need to create those opportunities, and it's a lot more natural. Another person who thinks money is hard, they're not capable of making money, and they find it difficult and painful. Well, their brain's actually going to interpret, and they're walking down the exact same street, they're going to see different things. They're going to interpret it differently, and the information will be filtered out. So, it's not so much the actions that we decide to take are going to determine our results. Like person A might have these beliefs about money, and they follow an opportunity and they become rich. Well, person B might not have the same belief system, and they go down that same road or try that same opportunity, but they fail at it. Why? Is it because they're not working as hard? They're not doing the things that they are told to do? No, it's because they're actually blind. They actually have information filtered out that aren't allowing them to see certain opportunities or to take certain opportunities. Or there might be a lot of fear that come up because it just doesn't feel right, which makes people procrastinate or do other things rather than the things that would make them that money. And it all comes down to that deep belief system and our brain actually filtering information and changing it. So behavior change actually happens at a much deeper level. It's very hard to just say, hey, I'm going to stop smoking, for instance, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to make a lot of money, or I'm going to eat this way next week, and just change that behavior because of the way that our brain works. We actually have to start changing things at a deeper level, which I'm not going to go into in this video. But our subconscious levels of our brain are behind the scenes of a lot of what we're actually seeing and interpreting and then thinking and believing and feeling on the inside, and just the way that we interpret the world. So I'll leave it at that. It's about we're almost at 10 minutes, so I think we had enough of that video. Good start, getting my feet wet again with this video every day September. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.